I'm Derryll Anderson, born and raised here in Fayetteville, Georgia. I've been involved with the city for years and years and years, even through their previous administrations. I was appointed to planning and zoning, I think early 2000s until about 2015 or 16, I can't remember. And I'm very, very proud to have been appointed to that. My mother was born here in Fayette County. She was part of the Pinson family at the Sonoya, an area which is now called, it was Clover then, and that was a part of which is now Peachtree City. But she was born and raised in that area. And her grandfather originated of Highway 54 near Moreland in the Pinson family estate. He was grew there and was part of their staff and was able to help build that home, which is the Pinson estate. My mother's church is Bethlehem Baptist Church, which is one of the first black churches in the county. It's on Dividend Drive. My mother grew up and became a teacher because my grandmother, because she could read, taught school in one of the churches there in between Peachtree City and Bethel, and also another church, Wilkes Grove off of Sonoya Road, and she taught school and encouraged my mother to read. She then went on to Fort Valley and got her degree, and there she met my father, who was born and raised in Fort Valley, Joe Anderson. My mother's name was Rosa Merrill Anderson. My mother was also one of the first teachers she taught school at that time, Fayetteville Training School. It housed all of us from first grade through 12th grade, which is off Booker. And then she was transferred to Peachtree City and became one of the first teachers there in the Peachtree City area. But after she met my father early on, they fell in love, and he was in the Army. He was transferred someplace out west, I want to say California. And she got on a train one day, a train, went out to California, met him, and eloped. So they got back and created and moved into a house that my father built on Church Street. It's still there, but my father built the house from scratch. My parents were very active in the community, and therefore that's why I was active. My father started to vote first. He was one of the first persons to register to vote and had it through the window of the courthouse. And as a result, the Ku Klux Klan rallied down Church Street, and but my sister and I thought it was a parade, so we waved at them. But these are the things I grew up with, and I'm very proud of them. And as a result, like I said, Daddy did a lot of voter registrations, and I kind of followed suit and became active in the community. I used to come over here to City Hall all the time to complain about something. And my complaining helped to create sidewalks on Church Street, improvements in Church Street Park, and also stop signs. We never had those things. In fact, a lot of Church Street was unpaved and growing up as a child. So I'm very proud of my involvement, and the mayor appointed me to planning and zoning. I'm still involved in my quest to improve, and I love the city of Fayetteville. It is a wonderful place to live. Not only that, I love the people here at City Hall. I consider them my extended family. The city itself was literally divided. You know, it was black, white, and very segregated. There were several places that black people could not go into We had to always go into literally the back doors in a lot of the places to buy even, we could go into the front doors for the grocery stores and for also Travis and the drugstore. But other places we had to go in the back door. This was part of the 50s and early part of the 60s. We have the shotgun house now on Church Street that had been created, but it was straight a shotgun. When I mean shotgun, that means that when you walked in the front door, you could look through straight ahead and it would take you out the back door. There were no such things as toilets. That's the one thing that I loved about my father. He built us a bathroom. But most of the shotgun houses that blacks lived in here in the city of Fayetteville through the 50s and early 60s did not have bathrooms. We had, what do you call those? Slop jars that we have to use and take it out the next morning and throw the stuff away. A few years ago, shortly after, or maybe during my tenure on planning and zoning, I called Brian one night. Here I am coming from a Peachtree City area. And it had to be 8 or 9 o'clock, about 9 o'clock, between 8 and 9. And I called him while in the car. And I said, Brian, there are people walking around the courthouse at night. And I said, Brian, we have people moving and doing things here after dark. There was a time where at 7 o'clock, by 7:30, there were no human beings walking any place. No one was walking. It was a deserted community. So now with Twisted Taco and other things that are here, and with more and more homes or residences being created within the city limits, I see people walking, biking, jogging, at 10 o'clock at night. I am amazed. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. It's because of the visions of the city of Fayetteville, and I'm speaking in terms of from Mayor, Council, Ray, Brian, and I call Brian a visionary, and Julie, through their visions to make things happen. But these are the things I say about the employees here at City Hall. I consider all of them, visionaries, with new mindsets, with visions of growth. How can we bring in more families? And that's important. When families can come in and feel safe, when seniors can come here and feel safe. Those are the things that are critically important. I love it. Yes.